Okay, well, welcome everyone. This is one of my Ask Don sessions. Jackie Boyle from Australia. Jackie, welcome to the Zoom. How are you doing?
Thanks, Don. It is a sunny Wednesday morning in winter here, and it doesn't even feel like winter. And so, it's something to get excited about. And I'm really keen to be here with you to ask you some questions.
Well, that's great. So one of the things that you're seeing right now as you break into your own sort of team group asking questions of yourself is the comp plan, right? The comp plan is such a big part for some people that they need to know. So I thought to this evening we would prepare a bit of an overview on the comp plan for the folks that watch this recording on our YouTube channel. But Jackie, what would be the first question that comes to mind in terms of the comp plan before I jump right into it?
I think really, how much is it going to cost me? For
Okay.
most people, they want to know, how much is it going to cost me and what do I do?
Okay.
And so to keep it as simple as possible, we just want the easy direction, point, click, and share. How do I do it?
Okay. Great start. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump right into our administration panel here and show you a little bit of the active site that's going live here very shortly. And as I go into this, everybody, I want you all to understand that slide by slide, if Jackie wants to stop me, she can stop me and I'll dig into it a little bit further. But before I do that, Jackie, I want to show you something pretty exciting. So the question is, how do I get started? What can I spend? Well, folks, initially, those of you that are early adapters that are here for the last 2, 3, 4 months looking for this launch date, you have two choices, either a home run collector or a superstar collector. So let's look at that really quickly, if we could, and just jump right into this test file on our website. And when I look at the shop collections, the home run collector would be a $279 package, which we call a pre-pack. The home superstar collector would be 2 of those. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go to the shop collection screen and let's take a quick look, if we can, at home run collector. So let's just see what this looks like. Okay, let me put the search. Folks, there are now going to be on launch 12 categories. $279. These are vintage toys, collectible superstar collector packs, right? Amazing collection of goodies. The beer can collection. Oh my goodness. We're talking vintage beer cans and a bonus beer stein that's absolutely a collector's item in itself in that collection. Look at this one. Lego superstar pack. This pack will allow you to pick 2,500 packaged up Legos for you to go and have fun. And folks, down the road, Dave's got some ideas on contests and things like that for the builders. It's just incredible what his thoughts are. Look at this one. Pokemon, 1,000 of these cards in this collector pack. So that's a category. Each one of these is a category. This is comic books, 150 random comic books. You listen, there could be magic ones in there that you wouldn't even believe, but they're random, right? Look at this one. Beanie Babies, 30 of the Beanie Babies that are actually what they call retired, right, in that collection. Look at this one. Hockey Superstar in that $279 category, where you can get all of this stuff and lots of good stuff in there with some things that you're just going to love to share. And I'll tell you how to do that a little bit. Look at that. The football one. Again, some unopened packs, autographs possibly in there, and a graded card that you'll just love to hold up when you do a reveal. Baseball pack, right? Lots of goodies in your pack that'll come to you. And then look at this one, a NASCAR Superstar. Look at this pack is going to have some incredible fun things for you to share in there. Even look at that. There's the vintage car kind of collect in the package box. Look at that one. How about a superstar collector pack that say non-sports, right? So we're talking a whole pile of collectibles that you can get in the non-sport. And then I've got a basketball pack there. So there's 12 of them that is going to be absolutely incredible for you. Now, how do you make money? Okay, let's dig right in there. By the way, Jackie, what did you think of that? Because prior to this Zoom, it was 7. Now it's 12.
I can't stop laughing, and my laughter is with excitement because from speaking to people over the last 3 or 4 months, Don, it is amazing when you start talking the language, how much interest that there is. And it doesn't matter what age they are, male or female, everybody has an emotion to something an emotion to their past that they can remember as a kid or as a teenager or even in the current present stage where they're at, of what they love. and there's
Exactly.
something for everybody. So this is fun. It's
It is
like deep
fun.
diving into a
It is
treasure
fun. And I've
chest.
heard a lot of members calling me and just saying how excited they are to be doing this with their son or their daughter. And it's the first thing in their network marketing career that their children are saying, Dad, Mom, I want to be involved. So that's another plus here. So let's just take a look at the 7 bonuses, soon to be 8 bonuses as we release the system and move into the next phase after we get traction with customers and so on like that. You'll hear more about that in the coming months, but it's basically out of the gate 7 live bonuses with an eighth one coming. So your membership is $9.98. Listen, I'm not going to use the word franchise officially because that's not what we are, but I don't know where you can start a business in the world with all of the inventory provided for you to point, click, and share for $9.98. It's phenomenal. The question is, can you make money off of $9.98 for a membership without buying a product? The answer is yes. You could point, click, and share the website, and you will be able to earn retail rewards on the purchases of your customers. And those products will be delivered directly to that end user, not you having to deliver anything. So that's exciting. Let's get that out of the way right away. And the people that are seeing this, they can't believe that there is initially going to be 2 packs available, not the starter, the collector, and the influencer. For our first run, our first adopters that are here, you can buy a home run collector, which is one of those 12, or a superstar collector, which is 2 of those 12. And I will be announcing on our Zoom tomorrow night how many of those 12 categories you can get 2 of, because it's not just one. Some of them you'll be able to buy 2 of. We'll do that at 8 o'clock on our Zoom tomorrow night. Folks, when we get to the retail reward side of it, this is pretty easy, right? If somebody buys eventually from you, in our phase 2 will be you giving us your credit card, taking the order at the corporate within 7 to 10 days. Note, in 7 to 10 days, your product will be out the door, shipped, and you'll be receiving one of those pre-packs. We are not going out of the gate with the starter, collector, and influencer. We want our shipping department, our systems to all come out of the gate understanding everything, watch our compensation plan work. So the starter, collector, influencer will be available as we move into phase 3 and phase 4, which will happen short time after all of you get your first pre-packs and you're off and running, okay? So look at the difference here, $5 on a starter. If somebody buys a collector for $59, you'll make $10. Not a bad return, right? For just point, clicking, and sharing. And think about this, around the world, every time zone is your customer. Every time zone allows you to open up a potential partner in that market that now will eventually be able to point, click, and share while you're sleeping. And you'll get an override on that with the second part of our comp plan. So that's the basics here of what you can get automatically if somebody buys a superstar collector. $100. Jackie, any question on this page?
There is, Don, because I had some from somebody last night. So, if we have somebody that comes in as a home run collector and this is where they decide to come in, they get in where they fit in for $279.98. And if they have some people that buy the superstar collector pack, are they going to get the $100 fast start bonus, like the retail reward bonus? Or is it going to be because they've bought the home run collector pack, are they going to get paid less because they've decided to come in at that level? Or will they get the $100 when somebody buys that superstar collector underneath them?
They'll get the $100. So in other words, point, click, and share with your membership, and you earn the retail reward associated to that product. So it's 50 for home run collector and 100 for a superstar collector. So that's that answer to that question, I hope. Is that the only one on this page?
It is. And what impresses me there is because when we are able to offer the starter, the collector, and the influencer pack, if people decide to get in there where they fit in, they still are going to be rewarded when somebody buys any of the other packs that are above where they have come in at, which is unheard of. Like, that's just amazing.
Well, one of it is so that we're super compliant and we're not saying to people you have to order product. But I also will say there's no guarantee you're making any money. It's all about you and where you go, who you share this with, that'll determine if you are rewarded for your efforts, okay? So that's the retail reward bonus program. Let's keep going and move down to the dual team commission, which is called a cycle. Now, what's important for you all to recognize is that there is an advantage to move into a superstar collector or a home run collector, or when we open up the starter, collector, and influencer, those things all pay you differently. Take a look at this. The amount of allocation that can actually be rewarded is important for you to understand for each of these markets, right? So yes, they all have different BV volume for the payout into your tree, but take a look here as I talk about a cycle. 200 BV on one side and 100 BV on the other. Now that's business volume. That's what BV is. Generates a $20 cycle. That's on top of your 5, 10, 20, 50, or $100 retail reward. And let me also add, folks, that there will be retail rewards for other items at a smaller price eventually. So if somebody's to buy a $4.98 item, there will be a small retail, there'll be some sort of BV associated with that within our formula that Dave is loading into the system. But here's the key. Look, notice the starter can only get $5 per cycle. So that means that if you accelerate ahead into the superstar collector or the home run collector, you get $20 for the cycle. So why is that important? You're going to get more opportunity to make more of your return on your time from the team. But the key is you have 90 days to qualify that spot within that position. So you get 90 days of payout at that position without fulfilling our qualifications. And they're very straightforward. But it's important for you to understand also that the maximum amount of dual team commission you can make at the starter level is $25, not $800. And what is $800 made up of? Every time one of those $20 bills pays out in a cycle, it could be up to 800 or 400 times 20 of those cycles that you get paid as a superstar. So for 90 days, if your team grows quickly, you can make that $800 per week on your dual team payouts as a superstar. But let's go a little bit further and look at that qualification, right? So if I look at the superstar and I click on this right here, notice what it says. It says you have 3 months that you're grandfathered in to qualify. How do you qualify? Well, to be a superstar collector past the 90 days, then you have to have brought in over here on this side 2 home run collectors personally that you enrolled. They don't have to be on the left or the right. They can be anywhere in your team that you enrolled them. And you have to have brought in a left and a right person that's doing 80 BV of volume. And that 80 BV of volume comes from customers and members, okay? So you have 90 days to get a person on your left and a person on your right that wants to share the website to get customers and to get members. And that's not very difficult because 80 BV, by the way, is a $119 item, right? So as you think about that, if somebody's buying a $29 item on the left and a $29 item on the right, you'll notice that that BV can add to somebody else's purchase. Before you know it, you have 40 BV on your left and 40 BV on your right. And you personally, if you notice the qualification, are allowed to do up to 50% of the total 80 personal volume. So if you personally buy a $59 item, that's 40 BV. Well, there's 40 of the 80. And then your customers can drive the other 40 BV. So it's not very difficult if you're truly approaching this as a business. Folks, this is not a sign up and get rich scheme. This is a home-based business using collectibles, never been done before, a category creator, an opportunity globally to use everybody's interest in this crazy space that's supposed to go up to $1 trillion worth of revenue, not our company, the collectible space by the end of this decade. It's a growing commodity and animal. So that's the qualification. Let's stop here. Let's see if you got a question on this page, Jackie.
I do, Don, and I haven't seen anything like this, that we can be anywhere in the world and we have our own home-based business, that we have this opportunity to share with others, and we can have fun and grow something together. What I have got a question is to just clarify for people with the different terminology that we have here. With BV is business volume, we've got PV, and then we have GBV. What does that mean? So for people that watch this afterwards.
Okay, so GBV is the group qualification of your rank advancement. So when you look at the numbers, 15,000 on each of your legs from group business volume, that doesn't affect that number feeding it from the first or second order. What you'll notice when we go back here is the first order of a superstar has 100 BV going into the tree for payout in cycles. Okay.
Mhm.
The second order is 300 BV. But here's the key. Doesn't matter if it's first or second, it's 400 QV, qualifying volume. And that's what that refers to, qualifying rank advancement volume. This will accumulate at the bottom of your left and right, dual team genealogy. You are not paid on this number. You would rank advanced with this number in a calendar month. Note, QV starts over each month at 0 and is not carried over. Business volume carries over, assuming you're qualified. So the QV off of this document over here that you asked the question of is the requirement for you to get to that level in QV without you buying, say, an 80 BV a pack like an influencer. You could build the group volume from your customers, and that volume could just move you up in rank. So it is possible for anybody to start as a starter and over months and years advance to the plan through volume, group volume accumulating as a result of what happens in that month. Now, don't forget, at the end of the month, it starts at 0. So your team is growing. Now, the next day, the group volume from the team will go quicker. So you can rank advance possibly by the end of your second or third or fourth month. Does that make sense?
It certainly does, because I look at it from a conventional business, and this just really opens up so many doors of opportunities, because never have I seen anything of where I would be dragging people into my conventional business, whereas this offers us an opportunity with group volume that we are truly building something globally on a customer base, but also for people that are wanting to go on the same journey with us and build a business from home as well. It
Perfect.
does answer. Yeah.
Let me answer one more thing about this qualification here. 2 home run collectors. Those people that you sponsor that buy that do not have to maintain that rank for it to stick. It's grandfathered in. So it's a one-time recruitment effort that you might make for a customer or a member, or 3 superstars. That's that one time. Those people have bought that. Maybe they don't carry it forward. Maybe they just wanted to buy the packs for their own collection, put it in a time capsule for the future. You're not obligated to keep calling them and saying, hey, you've got to qualify, you've got to qualify. That's an important point for you to all know, that that's a one-time effort on your part for this part of our comp plan. This is an ongoing qualification that you have to have, somebody active on your left and your right. Notice it's a small amount for your starter people, a small amount for your collector, a little bit bigger for your influencer, which is the 119 people. Obviously 20 BV would be something like a $59 item, or 40 BV, and so on. So these are very attainable, and it's something that you can do. If you want to advance to the diamond, there's a 1,500 or a 10% requirement for you to contribute to one of your legs. And it's important for you to understand that there'll be traffic coming potentially from people above you, and the people you bring into the team. We're going to teach them a concept of putting a couple of people, 2 to 3 on the same team leg that you joined, and then turn your direction to the other side and start filling that tree up. Well, when you do that other side, if it's the left or the right, and you'll learn what that means later, not today, that's all you then. Those people are all connected to you. But on the leg you came into, a lot of those people aren't your personal people. They're not connected to you, but you do get the benefit of the volume, which is exciting. But you need to contribute 10% of that big number over here. So 1,500 from your, call it the team leg you joined in, if you put 2 or 3 people, and on your other side you put 10 or 15 or 20. Well, the side you put the 2 to 3, you want to help each one of those people get 2 to 3, and they get 2 to 3. All those will count as personal volume towards that 1,500. Okay, does that make sense, Jackie?
It does, Don. I just want to clear it up. When we say have 2 to 3 people, they're 2 to 3 people that are deciding to have a home-based business with you. They're not customers.
Yes, you could do that on a customer basis. If that person was to buy an 80 BV item and they were coming in on a monthly basis, it would qualify in a sense for brand new business on the left and the right. But ideally, what you're looking for is a partner, somebody who will commit to staying qualified on a monthly basis. And remember, that doesn't mean they have to buy 80 BV. That 80 of the personal BV can come from their customers qualifying them, so that it's a team effort in your organization, and you'll learn more and more about that in the future. Let's move on to the next page, the Unilevel. Now, remember, this is so exciting. Every transaction, it pays out a volume into your tree, but it also pays what's called a Unilevel payout, and it pays a fast start if it's your first order. And one more thing on first orders and second orders. If somebody buys a home run collector and you make a $50 commission, and before the end of their first calendar month, they choose to upgrade and buy a superstar collector, you would get paid that second $100 retail reward. So you could make $150 off of that person's 2 packages they're buying. And that's exciting, but you cannot do that in your next month. In the next month, it would revert to the volume that you would get paid, not the retail reward. And that's only for customers. Now, I'm sorry, that's only for members. Your customers, you're always paid the retail reward on their purchases, regardless of how many times they buy a $59 item or a $29 item. You'll always make the $5, $10, $20, $50, or $100. That's part of that. Now, the Unilevel, the important thing to look at for all of you to understand is that every package has a dollar amount associated to that item that Dave is willing to pay a percentage towards you on what we call 7 levels, okay? So if you look at the illustration right here, that shows you your customer base and your members. So if you bring a customer in and then you bring a member in down your leg 2 times or 3 times, and so maybe that's a member, your customers personally will always be on your first level, okay? Because they're not building a team. Your team builders are going to go in depth. So your customers are always going to allow you to get paid a 5% reward called a Unilevel, and that's paid monthly. And that's important for you to understand that $125 is the pool that the 5% goes against. So you would make 5% of $125 for that Unilevel pay. Now, if it was a member and they bought a superstar collector for a second time the next month because you didn't get paid a retail reward, well, that pool now is worth $250, and you would make 5% of that. Or if that member happens to be on your 4th level, so I sponsored Jackie, who sponsored Todd, who sponsored Bill, who sponsored Blair, that 4th level would be this person, and that would be 3% of $250 if that was their second order in the next month that they ordered, because you don't get the retail reward. So that's the payout structure of the Unilevel. It's paid monthly and it accumulates. But folks, it's going to pay a very nice commission, because every reorder, every time somebody does personal qualification to stay commissionable, every time the new member comes in or does their loyalty, every time the volume goes in your trees and you're getting a Unilevel pay on that transaction. You can imagine it could be 30 cents, $5, $10, but it will add up quickly if you understand the math of you bringing in 2 people who bring in 3 people who bring in 3 people who bring in 3 people. You might have 30 or 40 people on your 4th level that you're earning that 3% on their purchases, and it will be phenomenal monthly rewards for your efforts. Jackie, any questions on this one?
No, Don, it's just very exciting. Something, pardon me, that I wrote down here, and I looked at this whole system as being, I'm a sports fanatic, and so is my husband, David, and that's why we're really keen about this for where it's taking us. We're looking at ourselves as being a coach, and we're looking at having players that are coming on board with us that can see the opportunity, and then we're looking at our customers as being fans. So they're going to have numerous fans that come along to this, and they're not going to come to each game, but they're going to come along every so often, our customers, and they're going to decide to have a look through and take something home with them. But then we're going to have the players that are going to turn up each week, and they're going to come along and have some fun with this on this ride and this journey. And it is so exciting from what I can see, and the benefits of it, for us coaching people and having these players on board. It truly is a remarkable system to where we can all benefit going forward.
Let's talk about coaching once again, and let's talk about the advantage once again of joining with a superstar collector versus a home run collector. In the Unilevel plan, if you start as a starter, you get paid 1 level only. So that means if your team is building, you wouldn't make money on the 4th, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th. As a second person, the collector, you get 2 levels. As an influencer, you get 3 levels. As a home run collector, you get 4 levels. As a superstar collector, you'll automatically get 5 levels for 90 days, remember, before you lock in that qualification, right? So that's important for you to understand. There's a big advantage for you to do that, to get those extra levels of pay. Same goes with your coaching that you were just talking about, Jackie. It's called a matching check. This is the percentage you're paid right here as a starter on a team member you bring in that starts earning dual team pay. You would make 10% of what they earned. But if you started as a superstar collector, you would get 20% for the 90 days right out of the gate. This is why we like to teach this concept of getting more out of every minute of every day that you're able to fit in the cracks of your life into your home-based business. That 90-day window, ladies and gentlemen, is very attainable for everybody, but I can't guarantee that you'll maintain it, because that's not what we're going to do ever. It's your business. But look at the advantage of a superstar. If I sponsored Jackie, which I did, and if Jackie starts making $800 a week on a dual team structure, I would get 20% of that, because I coached her, $160. Jackie sponsored Todd. Todd starts making $800. I would get 15% of Todd's. Meanwhile, Jackie makes 20% of Todd's because she brought him in, assuming she's at that level. And it goes to the third level. Todd brought in Barry, 10% of Barry. I get rewarded to help the team. So it's never about who you just bring in. It's about who you can help earn a return on their time based on their questions they ask you. So don't ever leave anybody aside on the side of the road. Everybody is part of your team, and we all are part of the team Collect Direct. So be very open to helping everybody succeed. Down the road, the global pool will go up in volume, and we'll all benefit in the shares going up. So we all want a team effort, help each other. Jackie, question on the matching check.
I don't have any questions, Don. I think, you've explained it very well. And again, it comes back to being a very good coach, helping your players, helping your fans to understand what they have in front of them. And it's very self-explanatory. So that's what coaching is about. If you want to be a good coach, we're going to have a lot of fun, and you may have the potential of growing your business with no expectation of saying, yes, you're going to earn anything particular. It's your efforts and how good of a coach that you are.
And folks, imagine if you were able to advance to the top of our plan and you get that sixth person and the seventh level down below. There could be hundreds of thousands of people somewhere down around the world that you're making 2% of what they're earning on their dual teams. It's incredible, the thought of that. Just use your imagination. But again, no guarantee. There's one more thing I want to go over, which is the global share. And that's the fun thing you get to do as you bring in home run collectors and superstar collectors. Each and every one of you will get 2 points for every superstar collector and 1 point for every home run collector. The company will take 1% of the total volume for the month, whatever that is. So if they do $1 million, that's $10,000. So that $10,000 divided by the number of shares earned. How do you earn a share? You'll notice that if you get 8 points in the calendar month, which means you brought in 4 superstar collectors, or maybe you brought in 2 home run collectors and 3 superstar collectors, or whatever combination, right? And it can't be carried over to the next month. That will give you a share. You can earn as many shares as you want. That means your portion of the 10 grand or whatever the pool is that month is what that will be worth. And that's paid to you on the once a month basis as well. And that's our global share. This pool will grow and grow and grow as we all team up together as one to grow the company's volume. Folks, I believe in my heart that this plan is the fairest one I've ever seen. I believe in my heart that when we think about a concept of what I like to teach is called a lost leader. Each and every one of you can learn this concept for your own benefit. And I know you're on a time limit, Jackie, so we'll wrap this up shortly. But imagine somebody says, well, what am I going to do with my home run collector package I got? Well, I'll keep, if I was you, the ones you really love and covet. And the rest of them, you could use those as a lost leader. Here's my thought. Get a sticker for the backside of it. Maybe put it in a plastic card so that it doesn't hurt the ink on the card or on the item. Put your QR code, put your collectdirect.com with / whatever your username is, and put your phone number and go around saying, hey, listen, I just want to give you this. I'm so excited about this website that I'm point clicking and sharing. Go take a look and see if you can see anything on there. Well, what's on there? They'll say, well, what do you like? I don't know. My kids collect Beanie Babies, or my kids are this, or my kids are that, or my mom, my daughter, my whatever. They'll go and shop just from that lost leader of that card because it becomes a calling card for you. And I would suggest that if you do that, let's say you say, okay, this card might be worth $89 or $100 on eBay. Maybe I'll go to a marketplace and I'll say, listen, I've got this card. I don't know what to do with it. I'm going to sell it for 49 bucks. I think it's worth more, but I don't know a lot about it. And watch how many people that are in the collectible space call you up or message you saying, I'll buy it from you. And in that card, when you send it to them, you send them a little note that says, go to my website and see where I bought this. They'll be blown away. And you've just lost leaded your way to a whole database of people potentially. Folks, the mind can conceive whatever you want to achieve in this company, because all you have to do is learn how to point, click, and share, and don't complicate the comp plan. It takes care of itself. The company is coded behind you, paying all the commissions, and you only have to learn how to earn. And that's what we'll teach you. Jackie, thanks so much for joining me. Any final question or thought before I turn off our recording?
I just want to thank Dave and Joyce for putting this all together and providing us with an opportunity, a global opportunity that each and every one of us can put in as much effort as we want or as little as we like. And we all have a space to be a player in this game of collectibles. And it wouldn't have been possible without Dave and Joyce. So I really want to thank them. I want to thank yourself, Don, and Nancy as well for your leadership, because I know we're going to be better coaches for this, and we're going to have a lot of fans, which are our customers. We're going to have a lot of players, which are going to be a part of us, that are going to join this journey with us, to be able to have a lot of fun in a treasure chest of the past, the present, and the future. And I think the thing I wanted to really just make a point of is that every single thing that we decide by choice, that we choose to actually purchase, it doesn't lose value. Depending on how long that we keep it, we are choosing to purchase something that is only going to gather like a stone. It's going to keep rolling forward and keep on gathering potential value.
Well, they're not making any new antiques. Like let's be honest.
Sorry?
They're not making any new antiques, right?
No. So it's just, everybody I've spoken to, it's been an 80% success rate of interest, because awesome. we don't have any competitors. And I'm going to put this up here. This QR code is phenomenal. Point, click, share. I dare you not to go and have a look. And I want you to come back and tell me, what was it that made you smile? Because there's going to be a memory that attaches to your heart, because you go, oh my goodness me, I can't believe that. I can't wait, Don. I'm so excited. So thank you so much.
Thanks for joining me. And we'll post this right away. Folks, we'll do another one of these Ask Dons down the road. Jackie, thanks for asking Don. I hope this will help all of you understand. We'll see you soon on our Zoom on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock Central Time. Take care, everyone. Thanks, Jackie.